Made it to Pinedale. Here we are. I got a hitch with some nice guys from Wyoming. In a really cool vehicle. Cold morning. Lots of water everywhere. I'm seeing cute little prints. I don't know what they are. Maybe a marmot or something. Really happy to have my micro spikes today. The snow is pretty packed, luckily, so it makes it easier to walk on versus it being soft and post-holing. All right, it's already 7:45, or only 7:45, and I'm already starting to, let's see if it happens, yeah, to post hole. The sun is so hot. So, yep, just want to get out of the snow before it gets too hot. Okay, hitched out of Pinedale yesterday. Really easy hitch. 3 people stopped for us in like 10 minutes. So yeah, great town visit. I think Pinedale is probably my favorite town so far in Wyoming. With Lander being a close second, Lander was a really tough hitch. So the hitching situation gave Pinedale an edge. Really nice people there. They were having this celebration called Rendezvous there. They had like interesting events like beard shaving, street dance. What else did they have? They had like a trifecta of bars that you could hop from. So great stay. We stayed at the Jackalope Hostel, which was also wonderful and cheap. It was $40 a night for hikers. And then we also stayed at the park where you could stay for $12. So yeah, really great stay in Pinedale. And now started on this next stretch, which is Pinedale to Dubois. I thought it was pronounced Dubois, but it's Dubois. That's how everybody pronounces it here. And luckily the bugs, so far this is day 2 of the stretch out of day, I think we're gonna do 6 or 7 days for this stretch. Might be a little conservative, but the bugs have been great. Not too bad. I got some more bug spray, but one of the locals we spoke to said the mosquito bloom has been really bad this year. She doesn't remember when it's been this bad. So yeah, I'm hoping, and the fly's biting me right now too. So the flies are an issue too. But yeah, hopefully the bugs aren't as big of a problem as they were in the last stretch. But of course I will keep you updated. beautiful morning near Green River and Green River Lakes. This is Lower Green River Lake. So yesterday, I don't know if you can hear that, but that's my doorbell. Wait, I have to fix it because it's not totally working, but there it is. So yes, got a bear bell in town, got sunglasses, but I wanted to mention yesterday in the morning we were in the high country still. Now we're, I think, at 8,000 feet, but our high point yesterday was 11, and there's still quite a bit of snow up there, as you've seen. And just for the folks, I know folks are watching who are prepping for the CDT in coming years, and I've got some good feedback on dates, so I'm going to give you dates for this stretch. Apparently this area has, well, the high country has held on to snow a little later than normal, which is why the mosquito bloom is so bad, etc. right now. But today's July 10th, so we started the stretch on July 8th out of town, out of Pinedale. So just so you guys have a date in mind, not that every year is the same, every year is different, but just for 2022, there's still quite a bit of snow in the high country. And on that note, I was happy to still have my micro spikes. The mornings didn't freeze at night, but the snow was harder than, of course, during the day when the sun's out. So we got up early to take advantage of the harder snow, and the micro spikes really came in handy, and so did the whippet. So I'm probably going to get rid of those in Dubois. We'll see what's coming up, but I think the high country hiking might be over for this trek. So as far as like snow and that sort of thing this time of year. So yeah, glad to still be holding on to my safety equipment because I have used it. All right, here's our last look at the coolest part of the winds and a cool bridge. Here's the view, and then there's the Tetons. Oh, zoom in, there we go. Kind of hazy because of the fire near Pinedale. I think it's just south of Pinedale, but you can see them. Okay, here's our tent site for the evening. It's my tent, Snickers, and Stevie Wonder's tent. Apparently we passed the unofficial start of grizzly country after Gun Sight Pass, which was yesterday. So we're being extra careful, and I think I finally have the hanging the food thing down a lot better. So thumbs up. Good morning, just packed up a little later than usual. It's like 6:40 right now. I usually try to get going by 6:30, but we are almost into Dubois. I guess I pronounce it Dubois here. I was pronouncing it Dubois, but excuse me. I'm going to get in early tomorrow. We're gonna set up kind of by the road so we can hitch in the morning, because the morning tends to be a good time to hitch into town, and it doesn't sound like it's going to be a tough hitch, luckily. So yeah, excited to get into town. This has been an interesting stretch. We've seen a lot of the first part of the bubble for the northbound hikers. All the fast hikers are coming through now, so it's nice to see more people, and the landscape is changing, so we'll see how that translates into Yellowstone, because Yellowstone is our next stop after Dubois. So yeah, excited to see what's ahead. And yeah, we are out of the winds now. So I saw the Tetons yesterday from the trail. So beautiful, but it is kind of smoky because apparently there's a fire near Pinedale. So it looks a little, I'm looking ahead, it looks a little smoky today too, but we'll see. Hopefully that kind of blows through, and I'm not sure what the status is on the fire, but hopefully that gets controlled soon. Looks like we got some bear tracks. Or Bigfoot. Made it to Dubois. Here we are. Wow, beautiful. Oh. What a road walk, huh? Wow. Hey, just hiking out of Dubois. Easy hitch in and out. Got a hitch today with a nice man named Rick who grew up in the area. But we had some drama, specifically with resupply box and a couple other things that I sent to Old Faithful. I sent shoes there because I'm in dire need of shoes. I'll show you my current shoe situation a little bit later. But apparently the post office at Old Faithful is closed because some of the higher-ups there just retired, and so they don't have enough staff. And so that's where I sent everything. So we had quite a time getting that situated today. Left a little later than we wanted, but my current shoes, which I use Brooks Cascadias, are pretty thrashed. It's only been like 450 miles, I think. I usually try to get 800 out of them. But this terrain has been pretty hard on the shoes. There was snow, tons of river crossings, lots of mud. So they've been wet a lot, lots of steep traverses, and getting around the snow. So they're kind of splitting. So yeah, I'll show you those later. But these are my new shoes. They're Merrill Trail Runners, and I found them today at the thrift store in Dubois. Amazing thrift store right next to the church. I got them for $6.25. So I think they're gonna work. Hopefully they're in my size. So yeah, I think they'll be okay. They're a little low riding, but we'll make it work until I get my shoes. The shoes that I ordered might not be able to be bumped forward because it wasn't a priority box. So I might have to order new shoes to a different location. So yeah, until then I have my old shoes in my pack just because I'm nervous about using new shoes on trail. I've never worn these before, so I have my backups. And yeah, so we'll see how things go. But I'm excited for this stretch. We are doing, going from Dubois to Old Faithful or Yellowstone. We had to get a bunch of backcountry permits, so Stevie Wonder took care of that this morning at breakfast. And I took care of getting a spot at the lodge. It's not the Yellowstone Lodge, like the really nice one, because that was a little expensive, but we got like a cabin in the back for, I think it was like $129 for one night. So not bad. And this is like high time summer. A shared bathroom and that sort of thing, but 2 beds, so it's just gonna work out perfectly, hopefully. I'm excited to try the buffet at the end of this stretch and see Old Faithful. So stay tuned for all the cool things. Here are my shoes and my banged up legs, but you can see it's completely split, almost. This is also getting there. Yikes. Hey, it's dinner time by the privy. Because of the storm.
We're loving it in here.
Yeah, it's nice and dry. The big car wash. Woo! Oh, wet, wet, wet. Here's the end product. Soaked, 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 soaked. Here it goes across the river.
Woo. That's brisk, baby.
All right, we made it to the boundary, entering Yellowstone National Park. And there's some horses back there to greet us. Whoa. Bam! There's Snickers! Oh yeah! There's Steve! Yeah! More lovely moments on trail. So much mud here. Woo. Try not to lose my shoes. We're getting into geyser territory, or well, geothermal activity territory.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, we're crossing Shoshone Lake.
Not advised to do this technique.
Okay.
Oh, it's getting shallow already.
Yeah, right in the middle. Our campsite is 8 miles away along this lake. And I am just standing right in the middle of it because it's a really hot day. We're in mosquito hell right now, but the view is amazing. There's a mosquito cloud. You can see against the trees. I'm basically in it. There's our tent site. I'm prepping to jump in my tent to get rid of these mosquitoes, but we're in Yellowstone by Shoshone Lake, and bam, there's my bear hang. Getting better. This one makes it easy though, because these are provided at the campsites. Mosquitoes are in full-on attack mode, but look at this. We just hiked through a bog basically, but this was worth it. Wow. The trail goes right through here. Wow. Oh my gosh. That one too. Wow. Okay, we have a little break in the mosquitoes. I think I got some sort of bite. Oof. It's been really bad. Probably the worst on trail. But anyway, we think, a grizzly last night near a small stream crossing. Oh my God, you could totally see them. They're getting bad. I'm gonna walk. So we think it was a grizzly because there were a bunch of bushes around. But I was kind of lagging behind in the back, and I heard Steve go, "Hey bear," because that's what you're supposed to do if you see one. And it was kind of like different this time. We've been saying it a lot just to let the bear know we're coming and everything. You know, if it's like a bushy area or whatever, just to give them a little warning. I have my bell too. But I heard him say it and I knew it was different. And I saw him pull out his bear spray. So we all pulled out our bear spray, got in a line of 3 to show the bear how many people, you know, there were, because the bear was making a lot of noise, which indicates distress. So apparently if a bear, like grizzly, is quiet, that's not a good sign. So at least it was making noise. We didn't totally see it. Steve saw its head, I think, but that's about it. And we got in a line. We said, "Hey bear," kind of in a calmer voice, and then slowly kind of like backed away and went on our way to leave it alone. So yeah, that was kind of our first grizzly sighting. We've talked to a lot of hikers out here, and no one's really seen one, but the locals warned us that there were a ton. So I saw one now, or yesterday. Yeah, so I think we handled it okay. The bear seemed afraid, so I think it maybe ran away, I'm not sure. Anyway, interesting encounter. I wanted to mention dates for those folks out there prepping for the CDT. I know some of you guys are watching. Going through Yellowstone, you have to, or Yellowstone National Park specifically, you have to go through and camp if you're not going to go all the way, which is kind of intense. I think it's like 50 something miles to get through to Old Faithful Lodge. But anyway, if you want to camp like we did, we camped 2 nights in the park. Camping opens up July 1st for a lot of these spots. So today is July 18th for us. We're kind of on the early side of coming in. We haven't seen a lot of people. Our first campsite, I could tell nobody had been there since last year. They weren't really well defined, that sort of thing. So if you're hiking the CDT, I wouldn't really plan on being in Yellowstone National Park before July 1st because a lot of the spots aren't open and there's a lot of bear activity before then. So some of these trailheads are closed from like April 1st to July 1st because there's a lot of bear activity with, I think, like hunting and fishing and that sort of thing. So if you get here before July 1st, you might not be able to come through. I'm not totally sure, but a lot of the signs have been saying closed April 1st through July 1st. So something to think about. And the mosquitoes are really awful. This is like week 3 of really bad mosquitoes since the basin. So if you're planning a shorter trip, I wouldn't really come here until the end of July or the beginning of August, or like, well, anytime in August or even September, because I think the mosquitoes will be dying out and a lot better. They kind of ruin the fun in a lot of cases, unfortunately. So anyway, just wanted to talk about dates for a second for those people preparing to come to the area. Wow.